Hi there, I'm back with part 3 of the 40 beauty questions tag videos. This one is going to be just the questions on skincare. Hopefully I won't waffle on for too long because my skincare routine is quite extensive. So let's get into it. The first question is, how many times a day do you wash your face? Twice. Because I think if you wash your face more than that, you're basically just like stripping the natural moisture out of your skin if you overwash it. So in the mornings I do a much more gentle cleanse, and then at night a much more involved cleansing routine. The second question is, what skin type do you have? My skin is generally quite dry because 2 years ago I had a thyroid operation, as you can see. So because I'm missing the majority of my thyroid, I suffer from hypothyroidism, which one of the symptoms of that is dry skin. So as a result of like low thyroid hormone levels, my skin does get quite dry. In the last couple of months, it has been summer, and my nose and chin have been getting a little bit shiny during the day, which kind of would be combination skin, but I'd say generally my skin is quite dry, and it's also quite sensitive and prone to breakouts and certain ingredients. So I sort of know what things to avoid if I don't want my skin to break out and get sort of red and blotchy. The next question is, what facial cleanser do you use? In the mornings, I've always been using for a long time now the Clarins Extra Comfort Cleansing Cream for dry or sensitized skin. This is just a really gentle cream cleanser. I always go for products that are usually targeted for dry or sensitive skin because I find they are the gentlest and my skin just reacts the best to them. However, this is literally on the last drop. I probably have 1 or 2 uses left from this tube. And recently I purchased the NYX Vitalumiere Face and Body Ultra Rich Cleansing Gel. This is also for dry or sensitive skin. It comes in this huge, like 400 ml bottle. Yeah, it's like a really big bottle, and you can use this for face and body, but I bought it to use just for my face. It's basically got honey in it and various other things which are really gentle. It's also, a lot of the ingredients are natural, and it's very gentle on your skin. So I use this in the mornings. And then at night, I do one of a few things. I either first use the Balm Frankincense Cleansing Balm. This is my favorite cleansing balm of all the ones that I've tried. It's also organic and completely natural, and it's a combination of oils and waxes that just sort of get rid of all your makeup. And I use like a hot face cloth after I've massaged this in and remove all my makeup, and then I either follow it up with a second cleanse with the NYX Gentle Cleanser, or depending on like what I'm thinking, how I feel. Sometimes I use the chamomile silky cleansing oil from the Body Shop to remove my makeup, especially if my skin is feeling quite tight and dry that day. Then I use this as a pre-cleanse to basically remove the majority of my makeup, and then I will use the frankincense cleansing balm after that to get rid of anything else that's left over. And the combination of those two leave my skin really nourished, and it just gets rid of any dryness. The next question is, do you exfoliate? And the answer is yes, definitely. I think exfoliation is really important to get rid of all the dead skin cells you've got hanging around. and it's just going to ultimately help your products to sort of absorb better and work better. However, I found that exfoliators with like granules in them, like manual exfoliators, really don't work for my skin. They always make my skin sort of turn sensitized, so then for a couple of weeks I'll battle with dryness and flakiness and redness. My skin just really does not like manual exfoliators, so I use the S Microderm exfoliator, which contains no particles whatsoever. This is also a really great natural skincare brand, so it's very gentle on your skin. This is for mature and sensitive skin, and basically I think it contains calcium carbonate, which works at a cellular level. It basically lifts the dead skin cells which are already lifting. It sort of gets underneath there and like polishes them off basically. It's actually a cream, like a very thick cream, and you just massage that on, and so it's working at a deep down level, not just like sort of scrubbing the surface like a normal scrub would do. I absolutely love this. This is my go-to exfoliator. And then once a week, hey Meek Meek, once a week I also use the Ren Glycolactic Radiance Renewal Mask. This question was, what brand do you use? I'm not sure if they're referring to what brand of exfoliator connected to the previous question, but I already covered that. And when it comes to what brand of skincare, I kind of mix and match. I've got a lot of different brands lined up in front of me right now. I used to always try and stick to one brand and use like all the products from the same brand, but now I just use specific products that work for me, and I'll combine brands. Is, what moisturizer do you use? Here again I have got quite a few moisturizers. At the moment, because my skin sort of feeling a bit sore and a bit red, so you know, like a little bit sensitive, I decided to start using the Optify Classic Restore Therapy, which I had waiting in line to be tested, and I thought this is like a dermal restoration, so it restores the skin's barrier. And before I started using it, I looked up all the ingredients online on a cosmetic ingredients dictionary, and all of the ingredients that are contained in here are listed as really good for your skin. So I thought, let me give this a bash, and I've really been enjoying it, and now use it morning and night, probably for the last 2 or 3 weeks. And it doesn't contain an SPF, which usually I will always wear a daytime moisturizer with an SPF, but this has just been so soothing on my skin that like I don't really want to stop using it, so I'd rather just continue with this until I finish it. Occasionally, if it is a very warm day and I know I'm going to be outside quite a bit, I will use the Clinique Super Defense Age Defense Moisturizer. This has got an SPF of 25. I find if I use this every single day, it does cause my T-zone to get slightly oily with continued use, but if I use it occasionally, then this doesn't really happen. I have got the one for dry combination skin, so I know the one for oilier skin doesn't make skin oily at all. It dries completely matte. This one is a little bit richer, so this is full of antioxidants, and I also use it for the SPF. And then another 2 moisturizers. I have got so many moisturizers that I use. When I'm finished my Optify Restoration Moisturizer, I will probably go back to using the Chanel Hydra Beauty Gel Cream. This is really light, and I find if my T-zone is getting a bit oily, this doesn't exacerbate it at all, so it's actually pretty good for combination skin. It's a very light gel texture, but if my skin's a bit on the dry side, it's still completely sufficient. My skin still feels very moisturized if I use this, so This is a really lovely moisturizer. It does contain fragrance and it does contain alcohol, which are things that I usually avoid in a moisturizer. But I've been pretty much using this most of summer this year, and my skin has really enjoyed it. It hasn't reacted negatively, so this is still one of my favorites. Sorry. And then the last one I wanted to mention was the Clarins Hydro Quench cream. This is an SPF 15. When my skin is feeling really dry, usually, so say I'm using this on a daily basis and my skin starts to feel a bit dry, then I'll switch over to this one, because this is just really moisturizing, comforting for my skin. When I went through a phase of very, very hyper dry skin with like flaky patches, this Clarins moisturizer was the one thing that really sorted it out. The next question is, do you have freckles? And the answer is yes, I do have freckles. I've always had freckles since I was a child. Luckily not stacks of freckles like some people have, but I do have freckles across the top of my forehead and on my nose. The ones on my nose are quite difficult to hide actually. I find that even once I've put foundation on my nose, I can usually sort of see the freckles showing through. I used to also have quite a lot of freckles on my cheeks as a child, but those have gone away as time has gone by. Also, I have a lot of freckles on my top lip. Yeah, so. And then the next question was, do you use eye cream? And yes, I do use eye cream. It's not something that I really bothered with in the past, but in the last few months I've started using the Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment with Avocado. This is very, very rich. It's got avocado oil and some other stuff in it. I don't know where the ingredients are. Shea butter as well. It's very moisturizing, and recently I've started suffering from eye eczema. I have no idea why at this ripe old age, but my eyelids and under this eye in particular became very, very dry, flaky, red, itchy. And I actually read online someone recommended this eye cream because it had helped their eye eczema, and I have to say they are completely right. I've been applying this when my eczema was quite bad. I applied this several times a day and didn't wear any eye makeup, and within a couple of days, less than a week, it had pretty much cleared up, and now I'm back to wearing eye makeup. I use this morning and night now, just twice a day. So the stuff is amazing, and it's definitely, since I've been stricken with this eye eczema, I've really started to appreciate the importance of an eye cream. The next question is, do you have acne prone skin? When I was younger, I did suffer from acne, as did my brother and my mother, so it's definitely a hereditary thing that runs in our family. I never went on any prescription medication for my acne. I basically just had to live with it, and eventually it went away to a large degree. But throughout my 20s and even now in my 30s, I still suffer from very frequent breakouts. It's no longer what I would consider acne, but my skin is definitely prone to breakouts. I'm basically dealing with blemishes on a weekly basis, and because my skin does react quite easily depending on what products I use, and to hormonal fluctuations and just about anything else it can think of to break out over, it will break out over. So unfortunately, yes, I am a bit cursed with the breakout prone skin. And the last question was, have you ever used Proactive, which I googled and is apparently a acne medication, so I guess something similar to Roaccutane. My brother was on Roaccutane because his acne was really bad, but mine never was really bad. Like, I didn't have cystic acne or anything like that, so my parents never bothered to put me on any kind of medication. So the answer is no. And that's the end of the skincare questions of the 40 Beauty Questions tag. Hopefully I didn't talk too much and bring out too many products and make this video really long. I hope it was interesting and you saw some products that were of interest to you, and I will see you next time with my next video. Bye!